Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. GH spoilers. Natalia dies, Sonny framed. But who does the Whodunit? General Hospital spoilers and rumors tease Natalia Ramirez, Eva LaRue, and Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, are in more trouble than they even know or can predict. Get updates on the latest General Hospital news straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? It was no exaggeration when she met with Sonny in his car and told him that they were in danger, but a different kind of danger than they think. Natalia made an ill-advised plea deal with Interim District Attorney Justine Turner. Viewers will recall Natalia was pulled over for drunk driving, which in her case counts as a felony with guaranteed jail time, since she's been arrested for drunk driving before. Assistant District Attorney Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, had gotten the case first, but recused herself because of conflicts of interest, her sister and Natalia's daughter having been romantically involved at one time. Interim District Attorney Turner then got the case and approached Natalia with a plea deal, apparently aware of her relationship with Sonny, and wanted her to give her intel on him. Sonny later told Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, about the situation, and he admitted some of the money he helped Deception Cosmetics with wasn't clean during the time Natalia was their CFO. He offered Natalia a witness protection type deal, which involved a new identity in Belize in property he owns there. Natalia then told Marco Rios she had more on Sonny than she told Sonny. Once she finally got in touch with her son, Marco Rios, Adrian Ancondo, she told him she had a flash drive with intel in a safety deposit box. Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Gran, was also there. They advised her not to take the deal, as Sonny had. Alexis also recused herself for conflicts of interest. But what she doesn't realize is even though Marco fears her life is in danger, he's working against Sonny with his father, Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rota. What is this? Whether she gives this information to anyone or not, Marco knows of it and will likely tell his father. He's never had a good relationship with Mom. Therefore, Sidwell will have everything he needs to get rid of his ex-wife and Sonny in one fell swoop. Natalia is not long for this world. Sidwell wants Sonny's peers and is heavily invested in eliminating his competition, and it may not be for the Esplanade, as he's convinced Congressman Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson. He also had convinced City Councilman Ezra Boyle, Daniel Cosgrove. He's now on the up and up in spite of his past as a mercenary. Natalia has stated she divorced Sidwell because he was abusive, and she is still scared of him, scared enough to spill Sonny tea to him. Natalia is not long for this world, and Sonny will be framed for her murder. It's not difficult to predict who does the Whodunit. Eventually every skunk shows his stripes, and Sidwell's already leaving a real stinky trail. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with GH right now. Come back here often for General Hospital spoilers, news, and updates. Port Charles is no stranger to sudden deaths and shocking betrayals, but the latest twist has fans gasping in disbelief. Natalia Ramirez, the fiery and complex mother of Blaze, has been found dead, and in a stunning turn of events, Sonny Corinthos is the prime suspect. The fallout is explosive, alliances are shifting, and the question on everyone's lips is simple. Did Sonny really kill Natalia, or is someone framing him in the most sinister way possible? Get ready, GH fans. This isn't just a Whodunit. It's a psychological roller coaster drenched in grief, revenge, secrets, and a setup so convincing. Even Sonny's closest allies aren't sure what to believe. Natalia's final hours, a mysterious death. It all began on what was supposed to be a celebratory evening for Blaze. She had just inked a new music deal and was hosting an intimate dinner party at the Metro Court to toast her career milestone. Among the guests, Christina, Sonny, Nina, Brooklyn, and, unexpectedly, Natalia. Though Blaze and Natalia had only recently mended their fragile relationship, Natalia showed up beaming with pride. Witnesses say she even toasted to her daughter's strength and independence. But behind that smile, some say she seemed tense, distracted, afraid. Later that night, Natalia was found in her Metro Court suite, dead from an apparent overdose of medication laced with something far more lethal. At first glance, it looked like a tragic accident or possibly suicide. But then the toxicology report came in. It was murder. And the first person the authorities turned to, Sonny Corinthos. The case against Sonny. Motive, opportunity, and a weapon. The evidence stacking up against Sonny is shocking and disturbingly convenient. According to the Port Charles PD, security footage places Sonny at Natalia's door shortly before her estimated time of death. His fingerprints were found on a glass in her room. A half-empty bottle of bourbon from Sonny's private collection was discovered next to the body. And the kicker? A threatening voicemail Natalia received just hours before her death, traced to a burner phone purchased in Sonny's name. Anna Devane and Dante Falconeri were both floored when the evidence came through. Dante, torn between loyalty to his father and duty to justice, demanded Sonny come in for questioning. Sonny refused. Within hours, an arrest warrant was issued. Blaze's breakdown. This can't be happening. No one is taking this harder than Blaze. Her relationship with her mother had just begun to heal. The two had overcome years of tension surrounding Blaze's career, sexuality, and choices. And Natalia had finally seemed open, supportive even. To have her life end so abruptly, and for her girlfriend's father to be implicated, it's tearing Blaze apart. She doesn't know who to trust, said a source close to the character. Christina is trying to hold her together, but Blaze is questioning everything, including her future with Christina. Blaze has reportedly demanded Sonny prove his innocence, or she won't be able to stay connected to the Corinthos family. The emotional toll is only just beginning. Christina torn between loyalty and love. For Christina Corinthos Davis, the situation is nearly unbearable. On one hand, her father is under fire, framed or not. On the other, her partner is grieving a mother who may have been murdered by the man Christina calls Dad. This tragedy has thrown a wrench into their otherwise stable relationship. Christina is trying to play mediator, but it's starting to fray her nerves. She's lashing out at her sisters, emotionally withdrawing from her mother, and secretly investigating the murder herself. She believes her father's innocent, a source teases. But she's also smart enough to know this isn't just about love. It's about truth, and she's not afraid to find it, no matter what she uncovers. The suspect list grows. Who really killed Natalia? Let's be real. When it comes to Port Charles, no one is above suspicion. Natalia may have seemed reformed, but she had plenty of enemies and a tangled past. Here are the most likely suspects, each with motive, means, and a reason to want Natalia gone. 1. Nana Reeves, Sonny's ex-wife, currently trying to rebuild her own life, has always had a strained relationship with Blaze and Natalia. She might not seem the murderous type, but if she found out Natalia knew something compromising about her past, would Nina strike? Some insiders suggest Natalia was about to go public with something that could have destroyed Nina's chances of regaining her reputation in Port Charles. 2. Selena Wu. Selena has been circling Blaze for months, eager to expand her influence into the music business. Natalia's sudden support of her daughter may have gotten in Selena's way. And let's not forget, Natalia used to run in elite circles. Could she have owed Selena money or threatened to expose the mob boss's operations? 3. Valentin Cassadine. Lately, Valentin's been skirting around the edges of shady business and mysterious meetings. What if Natalia knew something? Something that connected Valentin to Pikeman or another dangerous entity? Her death could be the perfect cover-up. 4. A stranger from Natalia's past. Fans will remember that Natalia came to Port Charles from a more conservative past, one filled with secrets she kept even from Blaze. Could an ex-husband, former lover, or religious associate have followed her? Someone angry she supported her daughter. Someone unhinged. Someone willing to make sure Natalia never changed sides. Sonny's silence. What is he hiding? The biggest mystery may not be whether Sonny is guilty. It's what he isn't saying. He's remained mostly quiet. No press statements. No explosive courtroom declarations. Even to Nina and Christina, he's kept it short and cryptic. According to Carly, who visited Sonny in secret, he simply said, They've already made up their minds. But I didn't kill her. Why won't Sonny fight harder? Some fans speculate that Sonny might know who really did it and is protecting someone. Could it be Christina? Could it be Blaze? Or is Sonny shielding someone entirely unexpected, like Cyrus Renault or Dex Heller? There's even a theory circulating that Sonny is taking the fall to draw out the real killer, a move that only he would be crazy or smart enough to try. The trial begins. Bombshell testimonies ahead. Sonny's arraignment is coming fast, and courtroom chaos is practically guaranteed. Here's what we can expect. Blaze to take the stand, possibly torn between grief and doubt. Nina to testify, perhaps to clear herself, or complicate Sonny's defense. Dex, back from the shadows, may provide explosive surveillance footage from his time spying on Sonny that could blow the case wide open. Michael Corinthos might be subpoenaed to speak about past violence involving Sonny, testimony that could determine his father's fate. And somewhere in the background, someone is pulling strings, manipulating evidence, deleting security footage, making sure the truth stays buried. What comes next? This story is just getting started, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Will Blaze discover a dark truth about someone she trusted? Will Christina crack under pressure? Will Sonny's silence protect or destroy him? One thing is for sure. Natalia's murder is the match to a bonfire that's about to consume Port Charles. Keep watching General Hospital as the mystery deepens, the lies compound, and one final truth emerges. Someone wanted Natalia dead, and they're willing to burn Sonny to the ground to keep their secret safe. Port Charles, NY. Drama has always been the lifeblood of General Hospital, but the latest scandal brewing around Natalia Rogers Ramirez is about to explode in ways even her closest allies never expected. In a move that has tongues wagging from the Metro Court to the courthouse steps, Natalia has made a shocking and ill-advised plea deal with the new interim district attorney, Justine Turner. And it could spell disaster not just for herself, but for her daughter Blaze and others tangled in Port Charles' endless web of secrets. This isn't just a legal twist. It's a deeply personal, high-stakes decision that will reshape alliances, unravel lies, and put Natalia in direct conflict with some of the most powerful figures in town. Let's break down how it all unfolded and what happens next in this must-watch storyline. The scandal that started it all. For months now, rumors have circulated that Natalia's past isn't as pristine as she's led everyone to believe. While Blaze's rising music career has put her family in the spotlight, Natalia has tried hard to maintain an image of stability and control, one that carefully distances her from any past misdeeds. But when evidence emerged that connected Natalia to a long-buried financial scandal involving political donations, falsified charity records, and suspicious transfers, everything changed. The timing couldn't have been worse. Blaze had just taken a bold step in coming out publicly and building a relationship with Christina Corinthos Davis, a pairing that has won fans but deeply unsettled Natalia. Now, with federal agents circling and the press digging into her past, Natalia found herself with nowhere left to run. And that's where Justine Turner came in. Enter Justine Turner, the shark in designer heels. Justine Turner was appointed as interim district attorney after Robert Scorpio stepped back temporarily. With a reputation for being cold, calculating, and politically ambitious, Justine wasted no time making a name for herself in Port Charles. Her goal? To make headlines, and that meant taking down a high-profile name. Natalia, with her wealth, influence, and public visibility, became the perfect target. Sources close to the DA's office say Justine offered Natalia a deal with strings, a plea arrangement that allowed Natalia to avoid jail time if she agreed to name other individuals involved in the political and financial cover-ups. The only problem? Natalia doesn't fully know who else was involved, but she made the deal anyway. The fallout begins. Within days of accepting the plea, Natalia's world began to unravel. First, Blaze found out, not from her mother, but from a reporter who cornered her after rehearsal at Rice Plaza. "Your mother just turned state's witness," the reporter blurted, flashing a statement from the DA's office. Blaze was blindsided, not just because Natalia had kept her in the dark, but because the deal risked pulling Blaze's own PR team, and possibly her label, into the scandal. Christina, ever protective, confronted Natalia directly at the Metro Court. "You made a deal with a vulture like Justine Turner without telling Blaze." "Without telling me," she fumed. Natalia, rattled but resolute, tried to explain. "I did what I had to do. To protect Blaze, to protect myself. I didn't have a choice." But even as she tried to defend herself, Natalia knew she had jumped too quickly, and Justine Turner was already using her as a pawn. The deal's darker details. The plea agreement included a sealed testimony provision, meaning Natalia's cooperation could stay confidential for now. But if Justine's office decided the case required public hearings, everything could be exposed. There's also a catch. If Natalia fails to provide substantial evidence, or her leads don't result in further charges, the deal can be revoked. That means prison time and total ruin. But Natalia isn't backing down. She's now on a mission to find out who else was entangled in the money laundering scheme that happened during her time working in elite campaign circles. That investigation is leading her down dangerous paths and towards some very familiar faces in Port Charles. Is Nina Reeves connected? One of the most shocking rumors is that Nina Reeves, co-owner of the Metro Court and newly divorced from Sonny Corinthos, may have been an unknowing recipient of Natalia's charitable funding years ago, funneled through Crimson's parent company. Though Nina has tried to distance herself from any controversy, Natalia's deal threatens to drag her into the mess. The two women already have tension over Blaze and Christina's relationship, and now their past business ties could resurface in a courtroom. Nina confronted Natalia outside Kelly's after hearing the whispers. "If you so much as put my name in your testimony, I will make sure you regret it." Natalia fired back. "I'm not trying to take you down, Nina, but if you were part of it, even unknowingly, you'll be in the report. That's not up to me anymore." Unexpected allies or enemies. In a surprising twist, Alexis Davis has stepped in to advise Natalia, though their history is complicated. Alexis isn't a fan of how Natalia handled Blaze's coming out. She also sees Justine Turner's tactics as dangerously aggressive. "You don't make deals with people like Justine," Alexis warned. "She'll use you, then toss you aside. You need leverage. Now." Natalia has also been spotted meeting secretly with Martin Gray, whose legal acumen and strategic mind could help her renegotiate the plea or expose flaws in the DA's evidence. But these alliances come at a cost. Natalia's trustworthiness is now under constant scrutiny, and she's being watched by both the press and the law. Blaze's public dilemma. Meanwhile, Blaze is facing backlash of her own. Some fans are turning on her, convinced she knew about the deal or may have benefited from Natalia's questionable funds. Her social media team is doing damage control, but the situation is volatile. At a live performance at the Savoy, Blaze paused mid-set to address the rumors. "I love my mom, but I am not part of her past. I'm building my own future, and it's one built on truth, honesty, and love." Her girlfriend Christina stood backstage with tears in her eyes, a moment that earned the couple another wave of public support. But Christina is also beginning to worry. If Justine Turner is going after Natalia, how long before she targets Blaze? Or the Corinthos family? The final twist. Is Natalia being set up? Just as Natalia begins to gather evidence for her testimony, she discovers something chilling. A forged signature placed on financial documents linking her to donations she never approved. This raises a terrifying question. Was she framed? With Justine Turner eager to make her career off a big win, and unknown players still lurking in Port Charles' political shadows, Natalia might be the fall girl in a conspiracy far larger than she imagined. She tells Martin, "This wasn't a plea deal. It was a trap." Now, Natalia must decide. Continue cooperating and risk going down for crimes she may not have committed, or fight back and expose a powerful enemy? What happens next? With courtroom drama looming, relationships unraveling, and secrets surfacing daily, General Hospital fans are bracing for explosive episodes ahead.